It's rolling.
Hi.
Adopt, don't shop is a common phrase that I'm sure most, if not all of you, have heard before. But have you really thought about everything this phrase could mean? Sespeed says, pet stores exude an inviting environment designed to show you healthy and happy for sale pets. If you buy the scene of frisky, clean puppies, you will pay good money for a pedigree. But would you still pay good money for the same puppies if you saw the breeder kept them in cramped cages for their whole lives? These cruel places cannot function without receiving money from the public. In order for us to put an end to these cruel places, we have to make smarter choices and think before we perform actions. Breeding at puppy mills is performed without consideration of genetic quality, but only for the amount of money these breeders make. Dogs in puppy mills are treated like cash crops instead of actual animals. These animals are confined to overcrowded cages with very little shelter from extreme weather, but no choice to sleep and sit in their own feces. They are taken from their mothers at a very early age in life, and when they are sick, they receive little to no veterinary care at all. Carrot explains, the people running these puppy mills are worried about the quantity of these animals and not the quality. Mothers to these puppies are often not given the amount of healing time they need. They normally are brought into the next breeding right away. This is repeated until they cannot produce any more or they are then killed. Websites will often fool people by showing pictures of happy dogs playing and will just post pictures of the dogs with children to fool people. Puppy mill owners will also advertise online or in local newspapers as if they were an official and normal breeding site. These people will often put on a front and make them seem like they're perfect, but in reality, they're doing a horrible thing and selling hurt and ill pets to people who have no idea what's really going on. Mary Jo states, let's start by getting the quaint old tune out of our heads and stop asking how much is that doggy in the window, but then asking where did that doggy in the window come from. Diane is basically saying instead of wondering about the price of a dog, we should really be worried about the flaws of the dog and the diseases and disabilities it carries. Could you imagine what kind of pain these dogs are getting put through every single day and how they must feel? There are so many problems that puppy mills have, and most of the problems will never go away if people do not act fast. Rachel Carrot says, these unsanitary living conditions at puppy mills attract bugs and rodents, leading to infectious diseases. Even their food and water are contaminated, if there is any at all. Water typically has algae, urine, and feces, while the food is infested with mold and maggots. This goes to show you how serious this problem is. These animals are not getting the care they deserve, and the way they are treated is just adding on to the diseases that they probably already have. Most puppy mills are not licensed and do not allow their customers to see what's going on behind closed doors. In some states, it is often legal to be doing these things, which is absurd. Kangas states, these puppies are often shipped thousands of miles to pet shops, and where uneducated consumers who think they are getting a purebred dog purchase them, the puppies are often ill or have trouble adjusting into households because they often they lack the social skills they need. When these animals get into the real world, they don't know how to act. They have been treated so badly their entire lives so far. They lack all the skills they need and they're timid and afraid, but can you blame them? According to Diane, the Pet Industry Advisory Council estimates that between 300,000 and 400,000 puppies a year are sold. This information speaks volumes. It goes to prove to you all how serious this is. Most animals people think are healthy and purebred are not in reality. And in the end, people find out the hard way and are devastated by the fact of losing a pet or being buried in vet bills for a very, very long time. While most people think that adopting a dog is not as great as buying a new or young puppy, most fail to see that they carry the same traits in the future. According to Kathy Kangas, there is an estimated 2.11 million puppies sold through puppy mills each year, while an estimated 2.4 million healthy adoptable animals are euthanized in shelters annually. In order for us to completely get rid of puppy mills, we have to stop buying these dogs from pet stores and contributing to the demand of puppy mills. Also, we need to urge these pet stores to support adoption from animal shelters and not contribute to these horrible places. Curate explains, the idea is to adopt from a shelter looking to do good for the animals in need, not to shop from someone looking to fill their wallet at the animal's expense. Animal shelters are looking for the good in pets. They want them to go to a good and caring home. Most shelters actually make people fill out a form and answer many questions about their home life before they allow them to take their dogs home. Personally, I know many people who have adopted dogs from animal shelters, and they turn out to be some of the best dogs they've ever had. Just because a dog isn't a newborn puppy does not mean they won't give you the same love and attention as if they were. Why would we want to bring an excessive amount of animals into this world when we know so many are homeless? If we do not put an end to these cruel activities going on and follow the advice that I've explained, these poor animals will continue to get mistreated and abused. By contributing to the pet stores over and over again, we will also be contributing to these puppy mills and will call for these acts to be repeated until a smart person shuts them down. It is up to us to completely get rid of puppy mills. We can do this by considering adoption from shelters or just by being smarter when purchasing puppies. Most puppy mill breeders will allow you to go look at where the puppies are caged, and that should prove a lot to everyone. By following these steps I've explained, when choosing a dog, it will not only make your life easier, but it will also make the dog's life easier. The dogs will benefit in the long run, and so will we. By listening to this information, more dogs will be free from critical conditions. The shelters will be relieved of not having to euthanize innocent animals, and people will not be tricked into purchasing dogs from puppy mills because they will no longer exist. I want to challenge you to think smarter before going to a pet store to purchase your new furry friend, whether it is adoption or smarter methods of purchasing. Most people will come to find out that in the end, it is very much worth it. Don't rush into anything without making sure everything is in perfect condition. Puppy mills today are run off of the money we supply to the pet stores that supply to them. The innocent animals are locked up in these wire cages without food and water and are being treated like dirt. They are in desperate need of our help. Stephen Wells stated, puppy mills still exist despite on their history, because well-meaning consumers are misled as well as failure to enforce animal protection laws. Without our help and the help from the law, these puppies could suffer forever, and this illegal act could be carried on for a very long time. Before ending this speech, I want you to think about how you would feel if you were put into these animals' shoes, both in the puppy mills and at animal shelters. How would you feel to be hopeless and mistreated for your whole life? Before shopping for these inbred animals and being misled to false information about what you are purchasing, I want you to think about buying both animals and their supplies a little bit smarter.